All right, guys. I hope you like the view here. March Madness? What the fuck is this? I ain't download this. All right. You've all been here before. You know the deal with this. Amazon sponsoring this bounty for the Grand Tour. Amazon card style. Basically the way it works is they gave me the game to play and I play it. And depending on the viewer amount for the duration they specify, we get a certain amount of money. Well, I get a certain amount of money, you don't. But usually 40 to 60% of that money, maybe more sometimes, goes back into t-shirts. That being said, if you have a PS4 and are interested in this game, shoot me a DM. I'll pick between anyone who DMs me by midnight sometime tomorrow, and shoot them a key for this. I have an extra key. So if you're interested, let me know. Let's find a cool episode. Like, this was a cool episode. Has anyone seen this season? Does anyone know any of these episodes? Sounds like no. Test the Aston Martin Vantage. Corvette Stingray, piloted by moonwalking astronaut. Hannibal closing mouse. Buffoon's Vacation. Personalized 3 RVs. This sounds like it's a fucking one to do today. RVs and dune buggies. Hopefully it'll be different than the normal just regular car racing that we've seen. The jungle episode, whatever that one that was pretty good. So Al, since you haven't seen this, this game kind of acts almost like an interactive video, an interactive TV show, where they've edited between the TV show and actual gameplay. So the way it usually works is it'll show the introduction, it'll show the like exposition or whatever at the start of the episode, and then at the point where they start like testing and driving cars, it puts you in the driver's seat and you're driving those cars, and it swaps back to the episode and it swaps back to the cars, and you kind of play the episode per se. BC/W space and then the person's name and then space the message.
Welcome to what is a Grand Tour special in which we go on vacation.
Yeah, let me explain. The other day we were wondering why some people who want to visit the western bit of America choose to do so on an RV touring holiday.
It is very popular. I mean, we all have friends who have done it and they say they had a good time.
Sounds like caravanning to us, though, and you couldn't enjoy that unless you were mental. However, Mr. Willman says that since this is a motoring and travel and adventure show, he would rent us an RV, and then we could go over there to see if we could find out what the appeal is.
This was the location he chose. And this was the Winnebago chieftain that he rented for us. And it was very terrible in every way. Chaps, if you'd like to brace, I'm going to put my foot down and see what to do. Happy? Yeah. Here we go.
Am I not live anymore? I'm live. BC says I'm not live. It's sound network error. I can't access my dashboard anymore. It won't load my dashboard. What did I get fucking banned? Hold up. You neither? You can't what? It says you're live on here, but you can't see anyone you're sub to. Yeah, I think Twitch is down. Borkso. I'm going to recommend 100% do not refresh. Do not refresh if you can see me. We're investigating issues with loading Twitch. Thank you for your reports. We'll keep you updated. Yeah, so Twitch is down right now. Son of a fluffing monkey. Why does it go down when I'm in the middle of a bounty? Ah, fuck. Beastie, DM me on Discord if you have it. If you don't, ! Discord will get you access to my Discord. I can't believe you've done this. I don't even know if Beastie can hear me. If he's getting a network error, he might not be able to even hear me. I have no idea. I guess we can keep going. I mean, if we're just kind of like fucked and I mean, I don't know. I guess I can curse. If we're just kind of like fucked waiting for this to fix itself, then I guess we're just kind of chilling there, I guess. It was weird because I while I was watching this, I was opening up my bounty page just to see what they like, what the points were that I'm supposed to hit, you know, how many people for how long and all that shit. And I tried to load the bounty page. It was like, you don't have permission to access this page or something. I was like, what? That's weird. And so I clicked on streaming tools just to like get off the page and to go back. And when I clicked on streaming tools, the bounty thing disappeared. And I was like, what? Did I get fucking like banned from bounties in the middle of one? And then I tried to go to my live page and it just won't even load my live page. So I thought I got spootered right off of Twitch. Oh, no, Beastie. Damn. Well, let's keep going. We can only do so much. I guess my advice to anyone who can hear me, don't refresh. And anyone who can't, refresh.
Danger.
I gotta remember the controls. I also like how we're doing time trials in a fucking Winnebago. I can still see you, Frey.
Put Hammond and me in a bad mood. You're just helping yourself to car.
Well, that was the idea. Just got to find all the cars.
Yeah,
I have
chat's
to have a
fine.
turn as well. That'll take ages.
Don't make my holiday worse than it already is.
Oh, yep.
It is pretty
It's telling
bad,
me
isn't it?
everyone I'm following is not alive.
After just 5 miles, we'd had enough and pulled over for a cup of American coffee.
This whole experience wouldn't be so bad if we somehow could modify it so it's better to live in.
Well, and if we could have one each.
Well, why don't we do that?
Get one each.
Yeah, why don't we just get one each and then modify it to suit our particular requirements?
We don't have to have all of this offensive.
What do we want?
We therefore abandoned Mr. Willman's RV and went off to buy our own,
Left it in the desert.
which we'd then personalised to suit
the
our
start of Breaking
individual
Bad.
holiday needs. This is what I've gone for. It's the Ford F550 National Tropical, and it's 36 feet long.
Why so massive?
I wanted to modify it in such a way that I brought a small taste of home with me. Can you guess what it is?
Brown furniture.
A tea cozy.
A rusty
Nope.
motorcycle.
No. Follow me.
Is there a car inside of it?
Holy moly!
Is it his actual house? Oh, it's a
Welcome to the
bar.
Rack and Pinion. What will it be?
I'm in a pub.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
It's got peanuts on the wall, terrible pictures.
Yes.
This is fabulous. Can I just ask, why have you got a drawing of 3 stroke victims on the wall?
That's us.
Ah, I got a fucking silver. Damn it.
What?
Dartboard.
Yes, it's a pub.
James, it's my job to ridicule you, obviously. But I can't, because apart from the dartboard, you've done an incredible job.
Thank you.
But it isn't quite as incredible as the job I've done.
Whoa!
I've gone, as you can see, for a nautical theme.
Like in the desert.
Yes, bear with me. Two-tone paintwork, obviously. Jet ski on the back. And then, up on the top, and this really is the pièce de résistance, the flying bridge.
Right, boots are off. Whoa!
What?
Can you drive from up there?
Is this all bathroom?
Yes, obviously, with lavatory.
It's just a
Shower here,
giant
tiled,
bathroom.
Tasteful. Sink unit, vanity mirror, restrained. And just pop this open, like so.
Wow.
Lower the flap,
Wait.
which means that in the morning,
Everyone can see you take a shit?
sit down, and I can see the pub. As we know, luxury is defined by light and space. So this is a luxurious bar. The roof, however, was a different story.
Whoa.
Oh, I say. Well, this is wasted space normally, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's pretty good, this, Hammond.
Right, Hammond,
Yes.
where's yours?
Over there.
I want to see somebody drive from up
Oh,
there.
the lorry.
No, it is the lorry, that's it.
He bought a
That's not an RV.
truck?
It is. Look, it's big. I can sleep on it, and it's got a bike on the back. That's a recreational vehicle right there.
This we have got to see, May.
That's illegal. Hang on.
It's big, and it needs to move along, so a truck is the obvious answer. So
What
there's
sort
a,
of truck is it?
I don't know, truck.
These are the ones that used to be the U-Haul lorry. Oh.
You've still got the sign of the previous owner on it.
Doesn't matter. Come aboard, leave your shoes on, because this wood is very splintery. Here's the living accommodation.
What
It's
living
literally a
accommodation?
tent.
There's a bed. There, bed. Telescope in case I get bored in the evening.
So just 2 secs. Stacks.
Yeah,
Engine.
it's got V8.
Whose?
Mine now, I bought the truck.
You have made no effort whatsoever.
Oh, no, now I have, but I've distilled it down. I haven't wasted time and effort on complicated stuff I don't need. This is honest.
So when you come to my... I say, please, Jeremy, can I borrow your lavatory in the morning? I'm going to say no, because you accuse me of wasting time.
And if you want to come to my pub for a drink of your gin, which I've put on tap especially for you, I'll say, no, it's just a waste of time,
Oh,
Hammond.
I didn't realise we were setting up a sort of stock exchange of resources needed by the roaming camper.
Hammond,
Yes?
your lorry, I'm not going to call it an RV,
It isn't an RV.
is dismal.
God's truth. On that note...
That guy's a little bit of a weird guy. I don't know about him.
To see what our RVs and Hammond's lorry were like on the road.
Also, if you can't drive from the top of that one, what's the point? He's fucking bumping into me. I missed all the power-ups.
How clever is that? Look at that for a tiny line.
Thank you, Blackfoot.
I'm not sure I trust us three doing this.
Nice. 2 RVs, 1 truck, yeah.
Arrived in a typical American town, which of course had a typical RV campsite.
This'll do. We're home.
So we decided to check in for the night.
I was kept awake for some time last
Wait.
night by the man in the neighbouring RV.
Why are they
Scratching
checking
his
into
ex-
hotel if they have
Or he might have been standing at table.
RVs?
Why don't we, you know those big Baja off-road 28-inch suspension travel things?
Dune racer type.
Dune racers.
Yeah.
Why don't we get 3 of those and belt around in the desert?
Yes.
Because that would be bovine, and I wouldn't learn anything from that. I'd rather go and do something cultural.
Blasting around the dunes sounds like fun.
Come on. I tell you what, you want to go and do Native American art.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go dune racing, yes?
Right.
Let's have a vote. I would be driving this.
Oh,
A
looks like
James
everyone's back.
Fabworks JF5U. James would be driving this. And a
Somebody
Lucraft
tell chat if they
Class
can't
10.
see to refresh.
And Hammond would have this. A plastic green pickup truck. Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
Okay. Also, thank you, Twitch, for shitting the bed. I just lost like 2/3 of the viewers I had. Thanks. Well, like I said, only refresh if you can't see. Don't refresh if you can see, please. That's not gonna help anyone. Yeah, it's happening to everyone, main dog. It's site wide.
Oh, yes.
My 2013 Curry underneath this plastic pickup body has the same tubular space frame chassis as the other two, but I've only got a 2-litre engine. However, it's a Ford EcoBoost, so it's turbocharged. And they've tuned it so it's putting out just shy, landing, of 300 brake horsepower.
It's a brake horsepower. Does that count as getting airborne? Also, there's finally physics. Remember the other ones where we're like hugging the road no matter what we did? Now there's actual real physics.
not enjoy this? As it happened, he was starting to enjoy it.
And whee! Get it sideways a bit. Ooh.
Crashed. Get out of here. Still got a gold.
I'm going to do one more.
After Billy Bob May had had his fun, we all stopped for a breather.
Yes. I don't like admitting you're right, but I can be magnanimous. It's brilliant.
You've
Right.
wasted your life with Chopin and plywood. You're a dune racer. You've always been a dune racer, you just didn't know you were.
It's fantastic, and it's comfortable. That's the thing. It's comfortable motorsport because of the suspension. It's brilliant.
It's cheapskate motorsport.
Is it?
Yes, it's cheapskate motorsport for people with dicky backs. That's what it is.
Because landing is so
Oh,
soft.
sometimes I'm
What's a
thinking,
dinky
how do I
bank?
know?
Oh, a dinky back?
I've got a brilliant idea. What are you looking at?
What?
There's something glinting up there.
There isn't.
What?
It's just...
Anyway, what's your
Anyway, I've got a brilliant idea.
What?
Time trial, flying lap, one at a time against the clock. I'll go first.
You must have put that right.
Where's my
He
car?
has taken to it,
He
hasn't he?
really has. Having jumped back in, Billy Bob embarked on his flying lap. Here he comes.
Oh, it shouldn't feel so good, but it does. Right then, let's go.
God, are you supposed to be able to control this in the air or some shit?
I have been clever.
Flipped. Flipped is different than crashed. Interesting. And I still got a gold? I flipped and I got a gold?
I'm winning.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't help anybody who can hear me, but if you can't see or hear me, refresh.
Well, we don't know whether that's fast or not, but it is less than a minute. Is that the first time he's done anything in less than a minute?
He can't open a car door in less than...
No, he can't. Or sign his name.
No, that's 2 minutes. Definitely.
Biggles is back.
I can do a slightly better one than that. Can I have another go?
Next, it was my turn. I just want to say, Hammond,
What?
you have twice as much horsepower as me, and May, you have 50 horsepower more than I've got. So it's only my immense skill that's going to put me in contention here.
Is it?
No, well, what else is there?
This sounds like
You won't have any excuses ready for the end of this race.
Yours weighs less. It's 200 kilograms lighter than this. I'm just saying, in case I'm not as quick.
Eventually, Mr. Racing Excuses was underway.
Here he comes into his flying lap.
Fast laps. Looks like a little tiny RC car with that antenna. I'm starting to get a little bit of a feel for this course now. I say they almost crash into the wall.
And there we are. I don't know how I've done, but it felt pretty good to me.
There are few things in life I enjoy more than delivering bad news to Jeremy Clarkson. It's possibly my favourite thing.
Forcing myself not to do a little dance.
How much faster was I?
Well, unless your seconds were smaller, you were slower, because you were 58.5.
What was
Wow.
57.81.
Did I do it in 30?
What that
28?
means is he beat you.
I cannot believe that. Has anybody got a gun?
Finally, it was the turn of Ricky Redneck.
Right, ready with the stopwatch.
Come on, come on, come on.
You don't get why gold is a 32-second lap, and they're like, yeah, you took a minute to do it. Like, obviously there's some discrepancy between what I do and what the game does, but why isn't the course big enough that it's a 60-second lap if they're doing 60-second laps in the video? You know what I mean? No, I get it. I get they have different times than me. I'm just saying, why is there such a big disparity? Why is the course not designed where I get a gold is a similar time to their time? You know what I mean? Right now, bronze is their time. So I'm just kind of like, if I kind of like poop out an okay time, I'm doing what they do, you know?
Into the left-hander. Keep it tight. Oh, what was that? What the hell was that? That was...
What's the matter with him?
Has he bust the gearbox? What? Not very quick.
What was the matter?
That was the weirdest thing.
What?
Pretty good shot.
Like a ricochet.
As I wasn't interested in Hammond's excuses, we got back into our RVs and hit the road.
Holy shit.
Ping! It was like a ricochet, like it come off something. I suppose it could have been stone.
Weren't we just on the highway? I guess we're still on the highway, but we're racing on the highway now? I went right through that. Okay. RV racing. Yep. Jesus Christ, dude, really?
Soon it was time to find a campsite. And since we didn't fancy another night in a horrible RV park, and we had all the comforts we needed, we decided to freestyle it in the wilderness.
Nation included
I
jet
think
ski.
it's an excellent
Come on,
idea.
Pope.
I mean, dune buggy racing is fantastic, and I won, but it is quite hot and sweaty and dusty, and we can balance that with peace and quiet and a starry sky. I mean, that's going to be fantastic out here. I might write a few lines of verse.
The next morning, the vista from my RV was terrible. Are you
Am I what?
having a dump?
Yes.
Oh, the whole point of sitting here is to enjoy this magnificent view.
I was here first. You're spoiling my view.
I'm spoiling your view.
Yes.
I'm not crapping in it. We then headed over to the pub for breakfast. However,
Why haven't you made us any breakfast? Because breakfast is reserved exclusively for my friends, and none of them are here.
Ooh.
You've seriously not made us anything?
Yes, seriously, I have not made you anything.
I'm hungry.
Well, let's not get bogged down with his unbelievable selfishness.
It really is, though.
Let's work out what we're going to do today.
Dune buggy racing.
Well, you've already done that.
We've all done that. I thought we could go to a racetrack.
No, not a racetrack.
Why not a racetrack?
I don't like racetracks.
You
They're
like
dull.
dune buggies?
Yeah, but that's because that's dune buggies. Normal racetracks are just
Oh,
boring.
come on, it'd be great fun.
Okay, we'll settle it. Let's have a vote.
Once we'd climbed aboard our race-modified RVs, we were ready for the off.
What is this? RV demolition derby?
I disapprove. It's needlessly destructive, and I really like my little truck.
The fucking box truck's gonna
Here's my
win.
Start line strategy. Light goes green. Hard right, hit James. I want him to be a bonnet emblem by the time I get to the first corner.
He doesn't realise that the window's fallen out of his RV and I can hear everything he's saying.
Please tell me this is a demolition derby.
Let's get this over with, shall we? Go!
You can now destroy vehicles deliberately. Are they actually destructible? I missed it. Fuck. Oh, I gotta fucking bump into them. Stop pushing me, I can't get out. Yeah, I'm curious what that's going to be about and like.
Okay, I'll change my mind. This is really good fun.
I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen nothing about it.
I'm in a sandwich of Americans.
It was at this point I noticed something about one of those Americans.
Wait a minute. It's that guy. He's the one that's been following us. What's he doing?
Following hit after brutal hit. My opponent eventually conked out. But the battle had left me badly wounded.
Oh, this is not bode well for my little truck. I think my engine might be suffering.
He's losing. What's that, cooling fluid?
Oh, wall! Oh, that's gone badly wrong for me. I think I've lost the wheel now.
He lost his door.
I've lost steering.
Hammond is history.
The toilet, no!
Now only 3 of us remained.
Come on. Hit James. Ramming speed.
The camera guy. That's awesome.
He's in the wall. He's in the wall and toast. It's just me.
I would fucking
and
love
this
to do a
weird
demolition
man.
derby like this.
Get you.
I like how it stopped my vehicle for half a second there. I think it's supposed to be a companionship to the show. I don't think it's supposed to replace the show. The episodes are pretty heavily edited, from what I hear. Oh God, your steering goes so squirrely when you're speeding up. That count as a hit?
Going in hard and hot.
Oh, he flipped him. Nice.
Yeah! Oh yes, the mighty RV boat is victorious. Nothing else running. Oh yeah.
Well done. It's a glorious victory, really.
It is.
It-
And I think we've proved that if you must have an RV, it has to be a Chevrolet Pace Arrow.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
it does.
yes. Good. Congratulations. Very well done. Meanwhile,
What?
well, we've got to make camp for tonight in these. So I would suggest just over there.
I think that's an excellent
That's
idea,
all
as
they'll
close
manage.
as possible.
Yes.
You can come to your pub.
Well, you're not expecting a drink, are you?
Why not?
Pub's been demolished.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course,
Does
it went
happen.
into a wall.
Yeah, happens a lot these days.
Ooh, I
What?
nearly forgot. You know that guy that's been following us around since we got here?
No,
He's the one in the race overalls.
They didn't mention this
You've
at
still not
all.
seen him?
never seen him.
Well, you
Up
have,
until
because
this
he was
point.
driving that.
Was he?
Yes, I put him on. He's dead now.
Good, good.
And now he won't be following us anymore
Well,
because I
good.
rolled
Well,
him
you
over.
can
So they edited
talk
all
about
that
him
out.
over a glass of water this evening.
With our race with the devil over, we fell asleep quickly that night, happy in the knowledge that the horror of our RV holiday
Yeah, that's it.
was finally over.
Maybe we'll do another episode. All right, Al, I'll be here. During China, the guys drive through cars covered in firecrackers while dodging fire-breathing drones and race up to 24 zigzags, one of the most dangerous hairpinned mountain roads in the world. A lapse of memory and common sense. Hammond once again speed tests an electric supercar and cruelly dubs James a racing clown. All right. We'll do one more episode and then maybe be done. I don't even know if I'm gonna make anything off this bounty now because of that fucking thing. They're not gonna do anything. They can't even get back to me when I put a regular ticket in. Whatever, that doesn't matter. It's dumb.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Now, coming up in this week's show. A supercar is dismantled for no reason. A man with no shirt on. And my whole tongue is wrapped up in intestine. My whole tongue is wrapped up in intestine. Those are the highlights.
Got him, I
Those
guess.
are the best bits. They really are. Anyway, over here in the West, we tend to think that at £360,000, a Rolls-Royce Phantom is quite expensive. But this week, the Grand Tour is focusing mostly on China.
keep thinking they're talking
And over
about weight.
there, things are a bit different.
As recently as the 1980s, people here would lie awake at night, dreaming of having enough money to buy a mule. Whereas now, just 30 years later, they dream of being able to buy a honky. Specifically this honky, the L5. In Chinese, honky means the red flag, the symbol of communism. But there's nothing at all communistical about this monster's price tag, which is £880,000. The interior is an exquisite
Welcome back,
work of
Al.
art, with rosewood paneling and cream leather. The dashboard and center console are fully digital. There's jade in the door handles and gold and sunflowers everywhere else. Despite its villainous presence, though, the price is mad.
This looks nice, but fucking give me bucket seats. Nice, big, comfy fucking bucket seats, dude.
If you are a Chinese businessman or businesswoman and you want a car that reflects your status, you don't need to spend £880,000. You can simply pop over to Europe and
What'd you
buy
miss?
a
Nothing.
Mercedes S-Class.
This is the beginning.
one. And
Talking
even
about
though
Chinese
this is
cars.
the 6-litre V12, it cost me just £8,000.
Businessman, woman, yes.
In other words, you could have 100 of these for the price of a honky. At this point, my colleague Richard Hammond arrived in something or other. What is that?
This is a Cadillac STS, and you can shut up.
I wasn't going to say anything. We were then interrupted by the arrival of Clarkson in a BMW. Ooh, I see you've bought the long car.
Yours is long as well.
Are you two been from the 1970s?
No, they're long wheelbase. 3.4 litre V12.
It's appearing before your eyes.
How can a German car go? Are you sure it's a real one?
Was it parked in the sea when you bought it?
Let's not get bogged down with the oxidization of my car. Because a lot of Chinese people, as we know, come to Europe these days. If Chinese people are going to come to the UK and buy Western soap and Western frocks, why would they not buy Western cars when they're there?
Yeah, because you can't buy these cars second-hand over here.
No, they're not. This vintage isn't available here.
No.
And what we're saying is you can buy one of these for a lot less than a luxury honky. A lot less.
And that's what we're here to prove, people of China.
Eventually, we arrived at the location for our first test. It's one of 78 centres around Chongqing where teenagers can learn to drive away from the traffic. To us, however, it looked like a racetrack, which made it perfect for an ingenious handling test that I just thought of. Now, to do this, we're going to use drones like this one, which have been fitted with flamethrowers. They actually use these in China for clearing litter that's got stuck on overhead power cables.
Right, so how are we going to use airborne flamethrowers like this to test the power and agility of our cars?
Good question. Each of our cars has, as you can see, been fitted with 3 chains of firecrackers. One on the bonnet, one on the roof, one on the boot lid, okay? So you drive around a special course here while you're attacked by the airborne flamethrowers.
I kind of want to just set the flamethrowers
You score a
off.
point when you've finished for every one of the targets that haven't gone off.
Wait a second, I went right underneath it.
Oh, for God's sake.
I went right underneath it. Hang on a second.
When you've finished for every one of the targets that haven't gone off.
Well, then what's the point of going fast? Let's take our time and go underneath, or slow down. Oh, well.
Oh, my God.
Wrong way, I'm fucking reversing.
Ah, fire from the sky! Ah! Ah!
I mean, the firecrackers aren't that harmful.
There's the drone on my left, the first one. Go. Hurry up! Oh, there it is.
Immediately right off the bat.
Ow, God, that looks tricky. Drive carefully.
I keep hitting the wrong key to brake. Wrong key. Wrong button to brake.
Up there now. This is quite scary through here. For God's sake. For God's sake.
Why not? Wait, you can't chase him. I guess they can, but
Fire everywhere! Oh, God!
Bandits at 10 o'clock.
that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
It will have alarmed him, son, yeah.
You know dogs don't like
No,
fireworks.
they hate it.
Go. Oh no! Oh,
Immediately.
oh, they look dead. This is not a complicated one. Oh, that's interesting. Ow!
I have a 0 for 0. 0 for 3 in the first 3 scenes. Perfect.
Around with airborne flamethrowers. Really good afternoon, that was.
Yes.
What?
Hang on.
Yeah?
That was a totally useless test.
We had a call the other day from a Chinese car manufacturer called NIO, and they said, we have built a blisteringly fast, all-electric supercar, and would one of you like to try it out?
Yeah, now, after his escapade going up a Swiss hill in a blisteringly fast all-electric supercar, Richard Hammond said that he really didn't think he was the man for the job. However, it turned out that the car was only available for one day, and unfortunately on that day I had the boiler man coming round.
Yep. And I had a dental appointment?
Dentist.
Dental appointment, yeah.
Yep, so guess what? Here it is. It's called the EP9. And it's pretty clear that this is no Nissan Leaf. Because a Leaf doesn't have giant head restraints to stop G-forces from snapping your neck during hard cornering. And that's just the start.
What I have here is a comparison between this Neo EP9 and the Rimac Concept 1, in which I had my little tumble down a Swiss mountainside. So, in the Rimac Concept 1, power 1,207 brake horsepower. In this Neo, 1,341 brake horsepower. Power to weight in the Rimac is 652 brake horsepower per ton. In this Neo, 773 brake horsepower per ton. Oh, good.
So, no pressure then.
Right, the high voltage system is active. So here goes. To launch, it's got to be in drive. Left foot on brake, right foot mash the throttle, right hand hold that back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come off the brake. Ah!
This course again? Holy shit. Go faster? There's no way I'm making this turn at that speed. Holy shit.
This is dangerous because of you. Come on.
It's like driving a jet engine. Something else about which I have bad memories. This is a bad place.
However,
Holy cow.
there is some good news for people like me.
The brakes. Whoa! That's put everything back.
It is the
where it's been.
Ebolodrome, yep.
My eyes have come forward. My lungs are on the front again. Oh.
Now, if you want to experience this phenomenal speed for yourself,
Too bad.
we'll need two things.
Money.
First
And
of all,
lots
a
of
lot
it.
Money, because this costs £1.15 million. Secondly, a racetrack. Because it works like that Ferrari FXX, where you buy the car, they deliver it to a track for you along with a support team. You drive it, crap yourself, then they take it away and hose it out for you.
Since it's an electric car, you'll be wondering about range.
Obviously, if you hammer it round a track, you are going to wear those batteries out pretty quickly. However, on the plus side, they only take 45 minutes to charge. On the minus side, you have to take the batteries out to do it. And as they weigh 317 kilograms each, you won't be doing that on your own.
Could you imagine fucking having to change your tires every 45 minutes?
More of a faff than, say, a can of petrol.
However, if you're an electric petrol head and you're tempted by the Neo, you might be interested to know that it's not short of pedigree. There's evidence that the people behind this thing really know what they're doing. For starters, the outfit that makes the EP9 also runs a Formula E team, one which won the inaugural championship in 2015. And until recently, the EP9 itself held a lap record around the Nürburgring, with an astonishing time of 6 minutes, 45.9 seconds. Which means it isn't just about going fast in a straight line.
It has active suspension, active aerodynamics, torque vectoring, and all of that means only one thing.
The insurance rate's got to be huge for these guys.
Grippity grip.
What? What does that even mean?
There's no doubt that as a piece of engineering, the Neo is deeply impressive.
And then slingshot.
But what I love about it most is that thanks to its phenomenal grip, I could hammer it round our track all day and still be the right way up. And from me,
It drives like an octopus.
there is no higher compliment.
Thanks for sticking me with that.
You know, it's interesting. Watching that has convinced me that I will never buy an electric car as long as I live.
Why not?
Because why on earth would I want to employ a team of men and buy a forklift every time I need to go anywhere?
Yeah, that's all very well, but a lot of people are more enlightened than you, including me, in fact. So Hammond,
Yes.
tell me, how does it compare with the Rimac?
I was interested.
Yes, they are. Sure. The Neo, the Neo is just more of everything. It's more power, more grip, more speed.
I have to say, that looked painfully fast, that
It
car.
is.
I mean,
It is
really.
astonishingly fast, but it is a novelty, an amazing, powerful, fast one, but a novelty nevertheless.
And we should make it absolutely clear that you can't drive it on the road at all, can you? It's not road legal.
You can't, unlike the Rimac, which you can. That's what makes it so amazing. And there's a new Rimac coming out soon that'll have more than 1,900 horsepower.
But imagine the size of the
that a
internal
kid
combustion
driving
engine
it?
you would need to make 1,900 horsepower. It would
It'd be massive. That's why the future of supercars like that is electric.
It is.
What?
It is. It is.
It is.
That's the way it's going to go. It's the way it is going.
Okay then, let's find out how fast your beloved Neo goes round the Ebola drone.
So at what point do vehicles become too fast to do courses like this? Like, there's got to be some like number, I guess. Taking braking into equation and all that is a thing too, but
You did well there. You did well. So exciting with those noises.
I like the noises.
What, you don't like that?
hey, Ant, appreciate it,
It's a whole
dude.
new set of noises, you pillock.
Okay.
It's the future.
Okay, let's see how fast your elegant
Come on, Manic, how are you?
Then 10, no, Neo, EP9.
Yes.
Got round, shall we? Here we go. Top 10.
Come on. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Look at them
Oh,
in there,
yes.
mate.
Oh, yes.
Woo.
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
What's going on,
That
Nova?
is faster.
Tired,
Faster
yeah,
than
I hear
the
that.
Aston Martin Vulcan.
You're absolutely right, Hammond. It is a very impressive car. What's
going on, Mario?
It is faster than a Vulcan. But it's slower than the petrol-powered McLaren Senna, which is road legal. So that is petrol 1,
Yes.
electricity 0.
All right. Don't do that face. Don't do that face. No.
Smug face.
Not the smug face. I don't... James, just
Come on,
move
Luigi,
it
how you
on
doing, man?
quick.
Yes, in this show, we are explaining to the people of China that they don't need to waste huge sums of money on new luxury cars when they could buy something used from Europe for a lot less.
We got back on the road in our fire-damaged cars, with James
They're
still
driving the
moaning
firecracker
about
cars.
his temperature issues.
The air conditioning is now so broken that it's permanently hot even when I turn it to low and press every auto button.
I decided there was only one thing I could do about this. Ignore him.
Jesus. Look at that. They're actually building another motorway with viaducts and tunnels on the other side of the valley. Not one motorway. Why do you need another one over there?
Still, all these motorways did mean we could prove that our cars work well as long-distance cruisers.
Yeah, Nova, I was right in the middle of it. I don't know which one I want. I was totally right in the middle of it, and yeah, I got fucked over. Whatever. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it, so. You stole my fucking balloon! You've never seen this? This is the Grand Tour game. It's like literally they cut the TV show in with races that you can race. So like this is an episode from the Grand Tour that they edited it down so it's a bit shorter, and they let you drive the cars in some situations. You don't need to drive the cars good. Just gotta drive. This is season 3, yeah.
Oh god, it's dying.
Why is he in a suit?
What's happened?
Why is he all wet?
Loads of warnings came on.
What? They edited it out.
Power.
What?
I made it to this off ramp, and now it died.
Oh dear. Not sure my jump leads are going to get that going, are they? Oh,
No.
look. Oh,
That's
dear.
really gone bang, isn't it?
There's oil coming out everywhere.
Do you know the number for the emergency services?
No, I don't.
Do you know how to say my Cadillac's broken down? Do you know what junction you're at?
No.
Oh dear.
No, neither do I. Do you?
Oh, I don't know. Come on, we've got a long way to go. Eventually, two of us arrived at the location we'd selected.
Yeah, they cut these down to like what, half hours? Half hour
It's known as the
episodes?
24 curve road because
Less.
it has 24 fun-filled curves.
Oh, please don't make me race this.
It was built in 1935 to ferry US military equipment to China. And it hasn't really been maintained since. So the surface is loose and potholed, and it looked like it should be a right laugh. This was actually part of the road the only road that linked the then capital.
Oh, I thought the suit was wet.
Well, before that, all the supplies
It's
that
just
came into China
shiny.
had been flown over the Himalayas, which was incredibly dangerous in the 30s. I think the
I
Americans
thought he
lost
was all
something like
wet.
400.
Sorry to interrupt. See this stupid thing?
Oh, never mind that. Look what he's driving.
Why is that Hammond?
I guess the Cadillac's definitely broken then.
Oh my god, what is this?
Nice.
Check out my Fulu.
Why have you got that?
Well, I wasn't going to let you have all the fun, was I?
No, but, never mind that. Why have you got it?
Well, my telephone translation device at the toll booth worked to a degree, to this extent.
What, somebody got you a car?
Look, I got wheels, 3 of them.
Anyway, listen. Here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a test of speed, because we are against the clock.
Oh, that thing's gonna
Okay.
fall. That thing might have the advantage. It can roll over.
So you've got to get up this road, which goes all the way up there, okay, as fast as possible, and keep your car in one piece.
It just roll down the hill.
Richard and I decided that James should volunteer to go first. Oh, you look exactly like a racing driver, apart from visually.
It's a racing cloud.
Oh, the neon pink
Very
tie.
hot in
Are
here.
you going with the window down or up? A lot of stones. Down.
It's a small risk from being hit by a stone. Is a large risk of dying from suffocation.
Right. Anything else we want to say to him?
Yes,
Let's
go.
take some time and prepare mentally and really think about this. Have you visualised the course?
No.
Okay.
He looks quite cross.
It does, yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go.
All right, I guess now we learn how to be Drift Kings. Isn't that a game? 2.5 minutes for the gold. Oh, there's no barriers? Oh, fucked. There's no barriers, guys. Could you imagine, like, sliding off the edge and going down to a lower section of the level and having to restart half of it?
What am I doing?
Yeah, this is surprisingly calm music for what we're doing. Unfortunately, for a racing game, this doesn't have my pick for best handling in a racing game. I'm only halfway there? Oh my god, back up. Also, yeah, they alluded to in the episode title about calling him a clown, and I see that this challenge is called Racing Clown, but they don't that never came into play. Nobody mentioned the word clown yet. Shit. All the episodes are, I don't know if all of them are out, but at least up through most of season 8, if not all of season 8. I don't honestly know. Season 8, season 3. Season 8. I'm just gonna be just short of a fucking silver.
Next, it was my turn.
I gotta do it again?
Right, I'm attaching the wobbly-headed symbol of capitalism here to bring me good fortune on this perilous test.
If you're ready.
Yes?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
No. Oh, dear me.
This car's going a lot faster. Shit's really easy to oversteer.
Drive carefully.
I think I'm doing better this time, though. I mean, the faster car is definitely helping. However, the tolerances are a lot tighter for... They took 5 seconds off the gold, so I gotta get there faster. Rip gold. No worries, main dog. You're not causing me to lose anything. No worries. There you go. Just barely.
Yeah.
You got a flat.
You overdid it, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I've won that.
Well, we don't know. We haven't got your time yet.
You said your words, test of durability, and it's against the clock. Your car is broken.
It's not broken. A tyre's come off.
Broken.
Down at the start line, I was waiting for the signal to go.
Catch you later, man, dog.
Cubby hole.
Richard Hammond.
Hello, yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, come on, I'm not right. Okay, here I go. Go, go, go.
Oh no. Oh my god. 45 seconds? Look at the gold. They're already 50% done, but I don't think I'm getting gold. No.
Oh my god. Oh god.
They had to have fucking rolled it off.
Did anyone? Did
that
he just crash it?
Was that a crash, or did he just disappear behind the...
He has. Look, he's gone off there. So there we are. I'm afraid that Richard Hammond's luck has finally run out, and it's with deep regret and great sadness that James and I must now announce the untimely demise of...
All right.
Not again.
Does he do it?
I don't know.
Well, on that terrible disappointment, back to the tent.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Smug
fine.
face.
Don't worry.
Smug because I won that.
No, you didn't.
I did. I was the fastest, and it was supposed to be a test of fun.
I believe they did, Manic, yeah.
The entire way up the hill.
That's the electric car?
Hello. I did have quite a big crash at the end there. I just thought we could...
There's nothing particularly remarkable about that, is there? I mean, why would we...
The fact
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
the reason
yep.
you
They
crashed,
covered it.
well, obviously your incompetence, but also because your Cadillac broke down and your Mercedes was too humid. So that means the winner is definitely, of the whole thing, the BMW 750i. What?
Actually, no. To be fair, the real winner of the whole thing was our brilliant idea to sell second-hand limos to the Chinese.
No, he's absolutely right about that, because it makes them happy and it helps us with our balance of payments.
Everybody wins.
It was a good idea,
Yes.
except for one tiny detail. You see, this programme is shown in every single country in the world, except one.
Which one?
China. So this entire show has been a total waste of time. It's an hour of your life you'll never get back. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Next week, I'm happy to say, we're back in the groove. We're in Scotland. When I get an Alfa Romeo GTV6, make me very happy. See you then. Take care. Good night.
Yeah, you get to actually race that race. Yeah, it was this one. I think. Yeah, it was this one right here.
With
All right, Ann, catch you later.
astonishing time on the score sheet, Hammond had it all to do, and we decided to give him some encouragement.
Hammond.
Yeah.
Really, really big crowd.
Thank you for the host, dude. Catch you later.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they know you're going to break the record here.
Well,
54 seconds. Well,
54.
come on, you're at 1,200 horsepower. You've been practicing all morning.
Yeah, actually, it is the most powerful car here by some margin.
Well, I can't promise
Well,
to...
it's the fastest
win.
car I've ever seen. Look at it this way. The whole of Croatia is watching this, knowing that you're going to do it for them.
In 52 seconds' time, you're going to be whatever the equivalent of a hero of the Soviet Union is, but in modern-day Croatia. They'll have a name
not
for
just
it.
Croatia.
But no,
It's the whole
spreading out.
Eastern European region.
Yeah.
You have got a lot riding on your shoulders, Richard Hammond. A lot.
You will be on a coin.
Thank you,
His
guys.
face will be on a coin.
Or a stamp.
You don't let dead people on stamps,
Oh,
no?
I'm quite nervous. I'm suddenly nervous.
I guess it depends on where.
Okay, here we go. Give me your best shot, Rich. Yeah. Watch this.
I'm quite nervous.
Forgot about that. Ah, they're fucking squirrely.
Come on, keep going. Come on, this is it. Oh dear God. Go, go.
You can hear him yell, I crashed. Holy shit. I didn't catch that the first time. You think that's done in post? Yeah. Also, those electric cars are crazy when you puncture the batteries. Just think about how much energy that battery has.
The times here
Oh, these look so different. That one that guy looks so different. It's able to keep that car moving at hundreds of miles per hour for hours. And it's releasing all that time in instantly.
The Lamborghini Aventador did it in 1 minute, 10.4. And this is the big one representing the future. The Rimac did it in 1 minute, 14.7.
Yes! I'm the winner! I am victorious!
Wait a minute.
The past and
You
then-
weren't...
I'm surprised he's not
driving the bloody car.
gun shy,
You were
car
driving
shy,
the
you
car
know?
and you crashed it.
Yes, but I crashed after the finishing line, like a professional.
Hammond, when was the last time you went home after work not in an air ambulance?
When was the last time you took your own clothes off at night rather than have a paramedic cut them off in a field?
Now, hang on a minute.
You crashed after the finishing line, so our cameras weren't there. We had to get that clip from YouTube. That is not professional. That is selfish.
Look,
It is.
I just don't know how it happened.
We do. We know exactly how it happened. History has taught us you can't drive in a straight line. And now we've seen you can't drive around the corner either.
Do you know what's a really remarkable thing about that crash?
What?
That car continued to catch fire 5 days after it happened.
What? Bursting into...
Yeah, spontaneously bursting into flames. And the reason is the accident damaged one of the cells in the lithium-ion battery. That causes a short circuit, it catches fire. But then that damages the next cell, so that one catches fire. And so it goes on. There are 8,000 cells in that thing.
So it's like a chain reaction. What do they call it?
Yeah, chain reaction. It's called thermal runaways. Bang, 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 and so it goes on.
I was all right.
Hey, come on, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, they alluded to the jet-powered car in one of the other episodes we did today.
We don't care in any way. It's time to end the programme with a conclusion to our very thorough test. And it's this. The future is very fast and extremely quiet, but a bit burny. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Well, always interesting, right? I don't know. You want to do one more? Every time I play this game, I'm like, one more. One more. C to Unsalty C. The youth boat. Well-aged Scotch, Aston astronauts and Angelina's children, the youth vote, or C to Unsalty C. I don't know if you've seen all these, Manic. You have one you can recommend? I'm wondering what this head on the car is. You're behind? Oh, no worries. We'll do this one just to do it.
So what is a Grand Tour mini special? It's all based around here in this rather troubled part of the world. You've got Syria and Iraq and Iran sort of at the bottom, and then at the top you've got Russia. But in between you have this sliver of peace and prosperity, and that got us thinking. You see, if you live on the shores of the Black Sea and you're partial to a bit of fish, you're fine. But what if you like bream? See, bream likes fresh water, and the Black Sea is salty. Nearest fresh water is all the way over here in the Caspian, and that is 1,000 kilometers away.
Yeah, so we were wondering, if you have to drive all that way for your supper, what would be the best car?
Obviously, you'd need some sort of GT, but which one? The new Aston Martin DBS, the new Bentley Continental GT, or the newer BMW 8 Series?
Now, this is exactly the sort of question this show was designed to answer. So, this week, we took the Grand Tour to Batumi in the former Soviet state of Georgia.
It's all good, Manic. I haven't seen any of these, so. It's better than you were expecting, Al? Well, like I said, I have a key to give away, so anyone who has a PS4 who's interested in this game, shoot me a DM somewhere before midnight. Or before I go off of being live, whichever one is later.
Look anything like as good in the flesh as it does in the pictures.
It is disappointing in the metal.
And I'll pick from whoever DMs me.
Brown!
What?
Brown!
It's sunburst orange.
You don't have a PS4? Oh, sorry.
It's sunburst orange. It's not brown.
It's brown!
orange.
And it looks very like a Toyota.
Is
it
it on
doesn't.
delivery wheels? Are they specially for delivering it?
What are you talking
No,
about?
there's
like
little
casters.
wheels that they can move it
that's
around
what I
on.
mean.
Oh, you've got the new
where
Bentley
on
that's
the
the
back
same as the
Bentley?
old Bentley.
Apart from being a completely new car.
Yeah, but it looks the same.
It doesn't look the same. It's completely different front end, different sides.
Oh, no, it looks like an
different back.
Aventador. No.
It's a completely new car.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to
That's
choose
horrible.
which
Ooh,
system
that's quite vivid, isn't it? I mean, worryingly for you,
when I
quite like that.
take the bounty.
You like that, exactly.
So this is, it's a DB11.
No, well, no, it's the DBS. Superleggera.
Because it's very light, isn't it?
Is it?
That's what Superleggera means, yeah?
It's 72 kilograms lighter than a DB11.
And no more expensive.
Well, it's a bit more expensive.
How much more expensive?
It's £67,000 more
Yes.
than DB11.
And how much is it?
What does that convert from pounds to
Is
kilograms?
it something like £250,000?
No,
What is it then?
it's a bit less.
230?
A bit less.
225?
Yes.
Mine's £100,000. It's contemporary and it's modern. There's no good saying, oh, it looks Japanese, as if that's a slur. The Japanese advanced the
that just
car
means a bit-
massively in the last century.
Eventually, we decided to stop arguing and drive from here on the Black Sea right through Georgia and Azerbaijan to the Caspian for a nice piece of grilled bream.
The question I really want to answer on this journey is this. How can the DBS be worth £67,000 more than the DB11 when, from where I'm sitting, they appear to be exactly the same?
At first, you're forced to say, well, it isn't.
This interior simply isn't good enough in a £225,000 car. Just not even close. You look at the Bentley and you go, that is an interior. It's chintzy, but it's fabulous.
However, as we left the city, the DBS's true colours started to shine through.
Guess we're gonna race sports
By
cars.
far the most powerful car here, and the lightest, and the most sort of aggressive. And yet, it just glides along in GT mode, which I'm in now, and touring mode. It's like a hovercraft. I love speeding.
Hey, that was. I got a silver? How did I not get gold? I ain't crash. I ain't hit any walls. I ain't slow down.
The DB11.
What the hell?
I'm afraid you're going to have to face facts, both of you. You're in wheelbarrows, and I'm in a spaceship.
Was it just short? Oh, fuck.
An old man imagining he's James Bond.
I had the trigger pulled almost the entire time. I let up a little bit on some corners. That's it.
Long-legged, luxurious, continent-crossing GT cars. We're talking about Bentleys. They're the definitive GTs. Whisper quiet, velvety smooth, a hint of massive power waiting. 626 horsepower under my right foot.
We're off. North 60 in 3.4 seconds, which is absolutely mind-boggling in a car this big. Oh yeah!
We'll make it, hopefully. A lot of these, I feel like, all right, I deserved whatever I got. I felt robbed on that one. I didn't hit a single wall. I didn't hit the brake once. Ooh, this frame's a little toasty there. I didn't, you know, I barely even slowed down to make those turns. I didn't do that at all.
Oh my God!
I don't know. I just feel robbed.
A GT car.
I got a
First
gold
and
for that, and
foremost,
I already
it's got to
crashed.
be a nice place to be, because by definition, you're going to spend a lot of time in it, and this is a fine place to be.
I know, man.
This finish on the center console, this metal here, is aluminium that's been milled in the same way that they mill aluminium inserts in the back of expensive watches. If I press this button here, I can rotate between my different screens. Oh, analog dials and clocks in the center of the dash. Thank you.
Is it really analog if
Problem
it's
for me with the Bentley
digitally
gas
controlled?
is
I
that
guess
they're
it is still.
actually
But
a bit too hung up on being
damage boost, yeah.
British. It is a bit of a British disease. We can't shake it off. We're obsessed with phony heritage and the meaning of tradition, and it's all just nonsense, really. Actually, if you want to talk about heritage and tradition, then the BMW has the strongest, still made in Munich by the same company. It has a 4.4-litre twin-turbocharged V8 developing 523 horsepower. It also has four-wheel drive, rear-wheel steering, and adaptive anti-roll bar. Has an 8-speed gearbox. It's not twin clutch, but it is flat cabin.
is this the same course as that Sweden one from a couple maps ago? You guys remember that one? Those of you who are here? I'm pretty sure this is the same course. If there's like a tunnel at the end, a slightly upward sloping tunnel, maybe not. Yes, it is. It's the same course. It's the same fucking course. I can't believe they recycled it. It's just last time they had you race the opposite way.
This is a proper car. Not tin.
Georgia looks like Sweden, I guess.
Even though our cars didn't recognize Georgia as a country, we soon arrived in the town of Gory, the birthplace
Gory, Georgia?
of Joseph Stalin. Outside, we checked out the statue of Stalin, which that night caused a debate between, well, two of us.
The man who beat Hitler is from your town, so obviously, as they have done, you put up a statue to him. But then it turns out that he's an even bigger mass murderer, so do you take it down?
Hey, it's tricky, that one. It's very tricky.
Can we talk about our cars?
No.
Well, I'm not interested in the war.
Well, it's more than the war, Hammond. This is sort of a pivotal bit of 20th century history. It affected the whole world.
Right, well, I'm off to bed.
What?
I'm off to bed.
You go to bed?
I'm going to bed. I'll see you in the morning.
We must have bored him because he's left some of his gin and tonic.
After some more considered debate about the town's Stalin problems, I had an brainwave.
An brainwave?
The next morning, as we were saddling up, Richard Hammond had a question.
Why have you put Nigel Mansell's head on my bonnet?
I thought you'd like it. You know, British racing driver, British car, thought it'd be appropriate.
It's a bold statement, isn't it?
So you got a famous Brummie in the car and on the front of the car.
Nigel Mansell must have been a big name round here. A lot of people looking at him.
Our next destination was a racetrack 70 miles away. And because James and I had racist sat-navs, we were taking guidance from the man up front, which was a mistake.
Hammond, we've definitely been round here before.
If you wanted me to be in charge of navigation, you shouldn't have glued Nigel Mansell's head to my bonnet.
Why are we going so slowly? I mean, I'm being overtaken by trucks.
Well, Nigel Mansell's head gets in the way of road signs, and I have to sort of crane round him to see them, and I don't want to miss them.
God. Ah, what a shitty view. Also, the turn radius is like behind the camera. I can't. Oh my God. It's so weird to turn. It feels like I'm in front of the wheels or something. All right, Frey. You absolutely cannot drive. Thank you, NPC. You absolutely cannot drive like this. That one was not the NPC, that was me. I can't use my rear view camera to see where he is. Alright, man. Have a good night, man.
Having parted company with James's fan club, we eventually arrived at the racetrack. Built in the days of
Scooter
communism, it hosted some terrible and boring races until the Soviet Union and it...
All right, Mario. Catch you later.
A few years ago, though, it was brought back to life.
Now, we got to remember, 715 horsepower is a huge amount. That is a cathedral of power. 119, 122, 129, 136. God, that's so quick. And the best thing
I think that speedometer was edited. Why was everything shaking except for the interior wheel numbers?
There's no four-wheel steering, there's no fancy trickery. Oh, look at this. Drifting with the traction control on. No. Sorry, that was not on purpose.
Why? Because he put the sticker on it?
Now we go on to the really fast bit. No! Oh, keep your foot in it, man. That's embarrassing. Oops. Very, very quickly here.
Probably one of the gear stickers, I assume.
The DB11 was the first Aston I've ever driven that felt good on a track. and this is the second. Jesus, what a car! Ah, Richard Hammond driving around in Chatsworth House here.
You can't get a bronze in this one. That's nice. Al, have you not signed up for any stickers? If you're interested, Nightbot posts a link every once in a while. I think it goes for anyone who wants some stickers. I think I'm sending those out in May. Oh, you did get some. Okay, good.
Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, like May or June, I think I'm mailing some more out. Got him. I don't know why he let me do that so easily, but then before we were like fighting each other and I couldn't even budge him.
Meanwhile, in the BMW, I too had been leaning on the electronics.
Previously on the road, I had this set up in my version of Sport, which you can program, and I had the steering on Comfort and the ride on Comfort. But now, I have it in Sport Plus. I have the least power, 523. I have the lowest power to weight ratio. But it's a meaty engine with lots of low down grunt. I can dig deep.
Decade of the tank, yeah.
Drive and the four-wheel steering, and the 8 series
Still going strong at year 2. Coming up. This fucking fizz shit again.
Here comes the David bed.
Oh, that's interesting. It's tremendous.
Here comes the David bed.
Lose the whole fucking meter when you bump it. Oh, you shitting me? Did that not count?
It's easy. It's a BMW. It feels like a BMW.
It's so easy, in fact, that while going past the pits, I noticed something.
There's a bloke with a stopwatch there. Does that mean they're actually taking time? I presume it does.
They were, so all of us decided to concentrate on some hot laps. Eventually, we pitted to see how we'd done.
No surprises here.
Go on.
Aston was the fastest.
Oh,
No, but obviously
Fair
by
enough.
an enormous margin. You did 2:05.8.
Yes.
Richard Hammond.
Yes.
2 minutes.
Yes.
4.8. So you're only a second quicker.
Oh.
That's the closest you two have ever been.
That is.
Oh, hang on. Text. Oh, God, Mr. Willman. How does he know when we're all sitting around?
It's uncanny. Go on then.
Right. I've seen how fast you can go in your cars on a flying lap.
Yes.
Now we shall see how fast you can go when you're bursting for a pee.
What?
What?
Really?
Right. Each of you will drink 3 pints of water
Wait 20 minutes and then see how much your times improve.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that, actually.
Soon we were ready.
The problem is the URL is in the area that gets
Drink
cut.
these, and then when we've drunk all three, start the timer.
Yeah. That's disgusting. It's just revolting, this stuff. Thing is, this is quite an interesting test because when I drive normally, I drive on the motorway at 70 miles an hour. Of course you do. When I need a pee,
I'd have to shift it up like into the white somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, that hurts. Oh.
3, 2, 1. I'm out of here. Good luck. Oh, it's his starting. Ah, no, running's unwise.
Don't need a Waz. I don't need a Waz.
What's a Waz? Where's Wazaka? Is it literally just a backwards time trial?
Oh, no.
Shift up into the green between the whites? I'll have to take a look in a second when I'm not racing. The only problem I have is it's kind of hard to get super sharp lines, you know what I mean? But I do regret not having the URL on the bigger one. Shift it up into the green section between the whites.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. I'll have to open up the files and poke around in it.
I'm not thinking about it.
I wait until they go on sale anyway.
Thinking about it.
Need a wee. Braking hard. Oh, it's worse going through the corners because it all sloshes to one side.
Sloshes.
We're off.
Keep going.
Oh my god.
Nobody cares.
What is this? This is so dumb. Oh fuck. This is a long episode. We're gonna fucking just piss our pants and get done with it. I'm fine with a bronze.
Come on, keep going.
Thank you very much. I hate you.
Robert. Oh, come on.
You're going to burn for that.
Oh, my God.
There's 15 challenges in this one.
Robert.
I don't like it.
I gotta go to bed sometime tonight, man.
Oh, God. What a pit.
Get off. I hate
How is it jumping left to right like that? What the fuck? How is it? I'm not turning right.
That'll do. Just
There was a timer on there too.
can't run. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What? Who's in there? James!
Bugger off, I'm having a waz.
Hurry up!
I'm having a waz.
Just hurry up! I'm going to go in a minute. Oh, right, that's it. Let me in. Oh God, there's more. Oh God.
It's just awful. When
Oh,
you...
listen, mate. James is in there, and I'm first. You ain't getting in ahead of me.
Fine, relax.
There's no way.
It is awful though when you get to the door, your body's saying, yes, time to go, but then you can't.
Stop talking. Why are you bothered anyway?
Well, I solved the problem, second corner.
Oh yeah.
So,
Fuck, really?
James.
I'm having a waz.
Yes, I know, I've got the times. It's quite interesting. You were a second slower on
Wow.
that lap.
Desperate for a slash.
Do you think you were faster or slower?
I don't care.
Richard Hammond. Your original lap, 2 minutes 4.8.
Okay.
Your new lap,
Stop talking.
2 minutes
Yes, whatever.
0.5. You were slower as well.
I was concentrating on not doing what you've done.
Yeah, well, that's
Could you
interesting,
imagine
because
pissing in a
why did you do
supercar?
that? How interesting is that? Exactly the same. I mean, I was basically...
James, hurry up!
Or whatever the fuck they were, sports.
The next
Fancy
morning,
cars?
We went for a drive round Tbilisi, one of the coolest cities we'd ever been to.
You get a nice cleanup charge from Uber on that one.
We then found a flea market and decided to test the boot space in our Grand Touras by picking up a few souvenirs.
I'm not sure they would have been able to win a war like this.
This is a Russian wall clock.
Oh, I'm sure they have, Al, but
Moscow on the dial. It works.
Is it a Soviet one?
Yeah, a Soviet cine camera. Now, come on. How much is the record player?
We'll do a selfie.
What's
They
this?
captured the lustfulness of the lady dog and the wistfulness of James.
Having done our shopping, Hammond and I were soon back at our cars and filling up the boots.
what did you
have
buy a
bought?
tuba for?
Giant pair of jugs. Georgian wine jugs.
Do you know what the Georgian is for wine jugs? No. Norks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
So you've got two giant Norks.
Yep. A guitar and a clock, and I'm very pleased with the purchases. What's with the trombone or whatever it is?
Well, it won't fit. With my record player and my bird and my gas mask.
That's a
look,
strike.
Or is that a
Can you
phone?
put it on the back
No,
seat?
it's like a
small.
smaller tuba.
Go on, the back seat will accommodate that. Look.
It's going to be critical.
Oh my God!
There you go. Told you would.
Do Aston Martin describe that as a back seat?
Yes.
I wouldn't call it a leather pouch.
What is this? What? How is this racing? I got a gold. I don't get what this
Interesting thing
is.
about the Aston Martin is, I've got quite a lot to say.
I need to get out now.
At this point, James came back after a very ambitious shopping trip.
Could you hold the porcupine, please? Yak goes in first.
How big is that boot?
It is actually really big.
It's unnecessarily big,
Too
actually.
much boot.
It's a Grand Tourer. It's for taking luggage, as you said only the other day. His master's voice will go there, And then the Spanish man of war.
I then came up with a plan to get rid of what wouldn't fit in my car.
I bought you a present.
You're a musical man. That's very thoughtful of him, actually.
Thank you.
With our souvenirs loaded up, we got back on the road.
I don't know what to think of that puzzle, dude. I was not prepared. Not that it was a real brain bender, but it's just like I wasn't ready for it. These days. Here I am trying to like remember the feel of some of these cars as I'm, you know, between the cutscenes and stuff, trying to remember, you know, which cars, you know, are a little bit sneakier and all that, and then we get a fucking puzzle.
At the next town, May and I wanted to pull over, and Hammond didn't.
It was all very nice jollying around, but these are GT cars. We've got to cover miles in them. We've got miles to go. We need to get a move on.
The town, however, was called Ganja. So obviously May and I wanted to experience the architecture.
Can we stop stopping off to look at things? The whole point of this trip is to prove that these powerful GT cars can devour continents, and we're not devouring any miles.
Ooh.
But we need to get going.
You do know that these aren't actually quicker than any other type of car?
What?
No, in the real world. I mean, these feel great. That's why we like them. It's nice having a powerful car, etc. But in the real world, they don't go any faster or slower than any other type of car.
They go fast.
They go
They
faster.
don't.
What, those larders we've been overtaking endlessly since we got here, you're saying that my twin-turbocharged Aston Martin is no faster than them?
Not in the real world. I'll demonstrate it to you tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Right, May, what is your thinking?
Well, I've bought this Renault 9. It's the GTM.
I've never seen the show. I've only seen the Grand Tour.
And I've flown Abby out to drive it. We're going to drive 50 miles to a place called the Garden of Paradise.
Why can't we just go where we're going?
Because I just said we're going to the Garden of Paradise. It'll be nice. So Abby gets a 2-minute head start. You won't be able to catch her.
Oh, well.
You won't.
She has a 2-minute head start,
Yes.
and you think we can't catch her up in 50 miles?
Exactly.
That's not in good condition.
It wasn't very expensive. Start the engine, please.
Oh, well.
well.
Oh, we're in trouble now.
Right, you ready?
Purrs like a kitten.
Oh.
In 3, 2, 1, go! Professional racing
Yeah,
driver.
that's it. She's good. She's good.
You bought a dog.
Doesn't work.
18 seconds.
Stop sounding excited about this ridiculous escapade.
2, 1, begin.
Oh, am I actually racing this?
Cut back for a tidy
Whoa! It like didn't crash me right away. I was getting ready to land it. I was totally getting ready to land it.
Speed is the answer.
He's trying to push me off the road. Stop. I think his wheel just clipped him to the ground.
Oh God, that looks tricky.
Oh, fuck.
The finish line at the Garden of Paradise was close. And as we entered the outskirts, the patio of Paradise, Abbey was in sight. The race we knew would be ours, but then it turned out that actually the finish line was in the 14th century.
Oh my word. In narrow, very narrow.
Oh, I don't know how much a carbon fibre chin spoiler is on one of these, but I bet it's a lot. By this stage, I knew I'd lost. So
At those,
I
is that what they're called? Chin spoilers? I thought they were called skirts.
Leave the head. A hat.
This is not Bentley country now. This is really Land Rover territory. James May, you are a bloody idiot.
Sit rep. Man arrived at the window, took 30 units of currency away, and I now have this hat. Eventually, Hammond and I found Abby's victorious Renault at the finish line. And then, what was definitely several hours later, May turned up.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, God.
Who won then?
We did.
Did you?
No, we didn't. Well, he went hat shopping.
I did. Look.
Took him
Really?
ages choosing that one. Honestly, we must have been... How long were we hat shopping? Must have been a good half hour to get the right one.
Well, half an hour with the black one, and then I didn't like it.
That does not happen by accident. That sort of thing takes time.
With James's unrealistic real-world test out of the way, we continued heading east.
I don't like the fucking cliffs. These guys are so like on rails that I can't fucking complete. Also, what's this music? Fuck, hey man.
Okay, let's do this.
feel like they just have the same turn over and over, just a sharp left.
All the things a car has to excel at to be a good GT car. Luxury, comfort, power, style, make for just a good car of any sort. And this new Bentley Continental GT is a very, very, very good GT car. I'm gonna say it, this thing is a masterpiece. They've absolutely nailed it, and it deserves to wear its flying B. What a thing.
So, my BMW. Now, when we started this trip, I nearly thought it was rather good, but now I'm pretty much in love with it, and most of that, to be honest, is because of that V8 engine.
Okay, goodbye music.
It's quiet, it's unobtrusive, but then you just knock it down a few and give it a bit of shoot. Away! Get faster. Sonorous, its voice becomes more heartfelt and it tingles through the steering wheel and through my buttocks. It's lovely. And the other thing, and I know this is going to sound a little bit sort of hashtag first world consideration, but it's only £100,000, considerably less than half the price of the Aston Martin. It also looks better and it's made by Germans. Buy this.
Been a great trip, this. A couple of things we've learned on the way. Number one, Georgia, hidden gem, Tbilisi in particular. And number two, pottery is much sharper than you might imagine.
They glossed over. I have no idea what that's in reference to.
Tricky.
Looks like his hand got cut, but
it is as fast as hell, and it's
they didn't show it at all.
And it looks sensational. It's a hugely appealing car, but is it worth £70,000 more than the also hugely appealing DB11? And I don't think it is. I just don't think it is. Maybe if they'd fitted an interior that made you feel special, like the interior does in the Bentley, I'd have a different view, but they didn't. So I don't. Sorry.
After a stunning drive through the tip of the Caucasus, we eventually arrived in the jaw-dropping capital of Azerbaijan. And moments later, we found our grail.
Is the capital of Azerbaijan?
50 feet below sea level, and we have arrived at journey's end. The Caspian, the largest inland body of water in the world. Our journey is complete. Let's get a bream.
Please tell me it's a fishing minigame. Damn.
A bream's fish?
No, Hammond, they're cows. Of course they're fish.
I don't like fish.
Well, on that terrible disappointment.
For him.
Back to the tent.
Why did you say back to the tent, you idiot?
Oh, right. I've got biscuit.
Do that on Space.
I know. It flipped out.
Well, no, it gives us a chance at least to say how good GT cars are. I love them. You know, rear with front engine at the front and all the power you need. They're everything you want in a car.
You know, I agree. The BMW was the best as well.
Eh?
Yes, but James, why don't you tell the ladies and gentlemen about the BMW's lane departure system? You know, the one that keeps you in the white lines when you're driving along?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it was a pre-production car, so it had a slight glitch in it and you couldn't turn it off. And it's quite annoying on the road, you know, because it does that. But on the track, the problem is that you aim for a perfect apex, but the car thinks he's about to have an accident, and then it just throws you back into the middle of the track again. It's extremely irritating.
There was that, which you moaned about a lot, and the gearbox.
Yeah, the gearbox. Well, the problem there is the display on the dash, there's two of them. One of them says what gear you've selected, but the other one says what gear the car thinks you should be in. So, again, on the track, you'd be driving on going, here comes the left-hand man, right down to second, then the car would go, seventh?
That is annoying.
It's basically Germans saying that England and there's nothing here.
Exactly. But it was bloody fast, the BMW. It was excellent.
But I still think the Bentley was the best. It was the best.
Well, I agree.
What?
I agree. Look, I really like the DBS, OK? It was a fantastic car. I like the DB11 as well, and the Vantage. But for doing that journey, I'd choose the Bentley.
Yeah, wait a minute. Haven't you just recommended the Aston Martin DBS to a friend of yours?
Yes, I have.
And has he since bought one?
Yes, he has. And on terrible disappointment for him, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
What? Well, another couple videos worth of Grand Tour. The Grand Tour game. Ooh. Hopefully, you guys had a good night. I'm gonna be done. I gotta go to bed. Oh, it's after midnight. Shit. You guys go get some sleep. I'm going to get some sleep after I eat. I'm gonna guess no stream tomorrow. But, you know, keep your eyes in the sky. You'll know if we're going live. Yeah, have a good night. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video. I know that some of the VODs can get a little bit long, so I do appreciate you sticking around. I'd like to ask real quick if you have a friend or someone close to you who you think would like a clip or a portion or even the whole stream, please feel free to reach out to them and share this with them. I'm always looking for more respectful people to come hang out and have some fun. If you've already done that or want to help me out some other way, feel free to check out the video description for some other ways you can help support me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.